Level 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This will be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, simply email me and I will hook you up. All are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated. Tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. Okay? The card I have for you today, collective, it says fermentation, patience, and maturity. Okay? Fermentation. Okay? Patience and maturity. Okay? This person looks like they're on a wine vineyard. Okay? And she is in it looks like some kind of tub of grapes. Okay? When the word fermentation, I think of kombucha, the fermented tea drink. Okay? Fermented tea, for something to be fermented is something is to sit and basically age, age like fine wine. It marinates, just like people marinate their seasonings or their herbs on their poultries. And so the word fermentation is allowing something to grow and transform over time, allowing something, people, places, and things to mature, to grow, to develop, allowing something to establish itself, allowing yourself to become more grounded, being in the energy of being able to have a strong foundation within thyself. Fermentation, okay? All right, patience and maturity. So, in order to allow things to be fermented, one must be patient, okay? When it comes to, making wine, for an example, okay? Or the process of making kombucha, okay? Maybe, I hope someone's catching me out there, all right? But the process of a lot of different things we can name that comes to mind that takes time to make. The longer that it's stored, it's aged to perfection. Okay. It's like fine wine. And so Spirit is saying that it is time for you to work on being more patient, collective, work on your patience. Maybe you're someone who's short tempered. Maybe you're someone who goes from 0 to 100 real quick. Maybe you are known for being flighty. Maybe, the family or associates, people that know you may say, the collective will go off, they get mad real quick. There could even be people who are afraid to approach you, and depending on what kind of career or job you have, okay, I'm picking up on someone who works in a corporate setting. You could be in a managerial position. You could be a CEO or supervisor. So there could be talk around the office that, you're tough, watch out, here comes so and so. You could have people hiding in their cubicles. But it doesn't matter what your career path is, whether it's on the job or in your personal life, in your relationship with family, friends, in the community that you're involved in, whether it's in a church setting. Okay, wow, someone's in church. Okay, you got the people shaking in their boots. But you are admired and respected. People do respect you, but I'm picking up on someone's energy. They're very short tempered and they're easily upset, and people know you for this. And so this could be a good thing and this could be a bad thing. Okay. Spirit is saying you don't want to be someone that a person feels that they can't come talk to you about anything. It could be some urgent or an important matter that is very valuable to you. You don't want to have people afraid to approach you or be comfortable talking to you, whether it's in your personal life, your love life or your work life. So you want to be mindful. Source wants you to work on your temperament, okay? Your patience and your temperament, okay? But working on your patience will lead you to not becoming so easily upset, not allowing things to make you have an incline, of just being upset and maybe veins popping out of your neck or you screaming or yelling till you lose your voice and you can't speak the next day. And so Spirit is saying it's time to let these things go. It's time to step into your maturity, as the card is saying here. And there are times where we just have to let things be. Everything is not in our control. There are times we have to simply just let things just simply be, even when we don't want to. We all have experienced situations that is uncomfortable for us in one way or another. But yeah, I mean, maybe this is someone with that Lilith placement in their chart, and they haven't quite they haven't quite figured out how to adjust when it comes to their temperament. But there are people who are afraid to approach you, and these are people whom it's not a good idea. I mean, these could even be children, okay? And I'm picking up grandchildren who are afraid to come and talk with you and have personal conversations with you regarding very important matters because you're always upset or they don't want to tick you off, okay? And so, collective, you are loved. You're very loved deeply by your family, by your friends, and they hate to see you upset, okay? I don't know if you notice or not, but they hate to see you upset. Even the small children in your family, you're very well respected as well. And when you come through, they like, oh, here comes so and so. Here comes moms, here come pops, or here come auntie. Or when you're in the office, here come Miss so and so or Mr. So and so. Here come collective. Either way, but yes, you're very loved and respected, but spirit wants you to work on your patience so that it will take a domino effect into you maintaining your temper. Spirit does not want you, your ancestors do not want you residing here on planet Earth where you're unable to control your temperament, where you're becoming easily upset and constantly getting into confrontations or being known as someone who is confrontational. It's likely to drive business away. That's for someone. Maybe I'm picking up on an entrepreneur or someone who's starting some kind of business or brand. You do not want to scare the customers away, okay? All right. So, yeah, it's a good idea for you to get out into nature or possibly work on some meditation if you're not doing it already. Work on it, research it, but you need to do some grounding work as well. Work on that temperament, maybe get into some yoga. Find some things that are comfortable for you. Everything doesn't work for everybody, but there's a lot of things you can do to relax yourself. Even if you got to count to 10, count to 5 or 2, so that you can stop going into rage and into a massive fit. Spirit is saying that there's someone going to a massive fit and you are overworking yourself, your body, your mind, and your spirit. You are creating holes in your aura, you're throwing your vibration off. And this is something that you are self inflicting onto yourself. No one is projecting anything onto you. Spirit is saying you're doing this to yourself. And so this is the message. This is just a notification to take better care of yourself. Be patient with yourself as well as others. Later.